You know, dogs are pretty great. They're known to be man's best friend for a reason. Dogs are one of the most loyal pets you can have. They're also very energetic and they'll protect and fight for you. And unlike cats, they won't beat you to a pulp. Dogs will love you to the very end. That being said, oh my goodness, I hate Chihuahuas. They're one of the rudest animals out there. They're literally the definition of all bark and no bite. Now, there might be a deeper reason to why I don't like Chihuahuas. It might have to do with the trauma and the embarrassment I endured back in middle school. And to that I say, now, I was around 6th grade and my neighbors had a pet Chihuahua named Pancho. We were close with our neighbors, so that meant we hung out often. That being said, since we hung out so often, sometimes a certain four-legged creature would come out. Luckily, since the neighbors were there, they usually kept a leash on him and, he was pretty well behaved. But whenever they were gone, all trouble would break loose. Every morning I would take the bus to school. However, whenever I reached the front yard of my house, I would start hearing some barking. I would start hearing some mischievous behavior coming from the other side. Luckily, Pancho was being leashed. However, the leash was not very strong. That leash was made out of string, honestly. That thing was holding for dear life. Every day, it will see me and it will hold on and cling to it for its life, trying to protect me from this beast. I used to tell my mom, hey, mom, I think the leash is starting to break a little. Is it okay if we can ask the neighbors to buy a new leash? I'm like, bruh, are you joking? It's just a Chihuahua, bruh. And look at it. It's so cute. And maybe some of you are saying, it's just a Chihuahua, bro. And to that I say, yeah, you're probably right, but I don't know. I guess I've always been scared of dogs ever since I was young. I'm not scared of dogs anymore, but snakes? Oh my gosh. Get that away from me. Well, anyway, one day I was getting off the bus, and as I made it to the front yard, once again, Pancho with his familiar behavior of just barking and yelling and trying to chase me down. However, this time it was different. The leash, it's reached its last breath. The leash snaps and the beast is now out. He immediately starts running and chases me down the street. Now, you might think, alright, he's running at you, he's around 5 pounds, so surely there's no issue, right? Well, I immediately start sprinting. I start running faster than I ever did in my life. As I was being chased by a dog, I ran around the house. I ran around my house twice. But anyway, eventually I was able to, I don't even remember if I outran the dog, but I was able to get on a trampoline and jump on top of the trampoline. I threw my bag in and luckily I made it out safe. The dog stopped barking and just kind of stood there. Didn't really know what to do anymore. And I kind of just waited on the trampoline for a while. I don't know how much time passed by, probably like 10 to 15 minutes. Until eventually the neighbor came in and she's like, oh, sorry. Now, it was pretty embarrassing, being chased by a dog and having a neighbor to help you out. So moral of the story, don't get Chihuahuas. I honestly prefer a cat over a Chihuahua. So, do you like games? Well, I've been making a game and it's called Dungeons in the Sky. And recently, we've been having a Kickstarter. And we've reached over 55% now. And I need your help. Please help me fund the game. And go ahead, play it now. It's on Steam and itch.io for free. So if you click on the link below, you can go to the Kickstarter or you can go to the game. But thank you for watching and I'll see you guys later.